I'm Robyn. I'm one half of Salters Events. We are a wedding and events catering company based in Southeast London. So my business is with my husband. Some people actually think we're a little bit crazy, live together, work together, run the business together, but it works for us. So we're chefs. We've been chefs over 2 decades each. We've got plenty of skin in the game, so we kind of know what we're doing with food. We've always had private catering events whilst we've been working. It's just something we were interested in doing. We're passionate about food. We're passionate about people enjoying food, getting to experience things they wouldn't necessarily have thought to cook for themselves. A great dish for us is the beetroot dish that we do, and people are like, oh no, I don't like beetroot. And then they try this, they're like, actually, yeah, no, we really like beetroot. This is amazing. So for us, that's the big thing. Back in 2017, we started expanding and increasing what we're doing, our events and things like that, and started offering pop-up supper clubs as well. And then we made the leap in 2019. Ian left full-time employment and went full-time with our business. And then 2021, I did the same. So we've been 2 years now, both of us full-time doing this. It's terrifying. But yeah, it's going well. We can't imagine going back and working for somebody else now. Well, yeah, when obviously Ian left and he was full-time with our business, it was okay because I still have my wage in. We know the mortgage was going to be paid. There wasn't so much pressure. I mean, there's still pressure, but not as much as there is now. But now both of us are full-time, and it was the only way the business could keep growing and keep surviving. It was just so much trying to juggle full-time work and then essentially what's another full-time job here with our business. And then having, we have a kid, so trying to have some kind of family time as well was, really, really difficult. But it's going, it's working. I keep saying terrifying. It was terrifying. There are a lot of emotions. We know we're good with food, but it's the whole side of the business, running an actual business, that you don't really get taught. It doesn't really matter how up you get until you sort of full on corporate in the industry. I was a head chef. Ian was the chef director for London. So, we're fairly senior in the business before we left and started our own. There's so much they don't tell you about. It's all the marketing, all the website, all the just customer service. There's just so much. It goes on and on and on. And you don't really get taught that side of the business until you're in it yourself. It was terrifying because obviously the summer of 2019 is when Ian went full-time with the business. And then by the end of 2019, beginning of 2020, we were in COVID. And then sort of, March? We were all in lockdown. So when COVID started becoming a topic of conversation, we were doing a lot of brainstorming of how are we actually going to survive, because on one salary and no income from the business, it doesn't work. So we needed to think of something pretty damn quick. And actually it was one of our regular customers who sort of were attending the supper clubs and everything. They said they had their partners, 40th or whatever it was, and it was COVID, and is there anything we can do? So, well, no, obviously we can't come into your house and cook, but hey, fine dining meal kits. Well, it's do or die, isn't it? There was no choice. We have to make it work. So we did. I think the benefit we have is obviously we're both chefs. We are both speaking the same language. We're both going for the same goal. Our direction is quite unified, and we're chefs, so we can support each other in that respect. A lot of our colleagues who, like I said, have gone on their own and they're back in the industry, it's just them. And so they haven't got that support. I don't know what support, like with yourselves, that they've sort of taken up, but I do know it's sort of just them on their own, and it's really hard. Yes, on Facebook there's loads of sort of community groups that I can't remember which one, but I'm pretty sure I found yourselves. Somebody recommended me on one of these business community groups, find Digital Boost. These guys are great. They offer a lot of free support for small businesses. And it was quite a while ago that I signed up with yourselves, and it's been great. I don't always, I'm not always on there all the time, but all the sessions are recorded, so I can come back to them, pick up the ones that I've missed, that I'd signed up for. The mentors have been great. One of the first mentors, I think his name was Andy, and it was just a general giving me some business guidance because I had no real idea what I was doing, and he was brilliant. He spent a lot of time, well, not a lot of time, but the session, he spent that time explaining so I understood, and talking me through step by step, so I actually had a really good idea of what I needed to be doing, rather than just general, you need to be posting 7 times a day on this platform. It was, if you go to this platform, you do this sort of thing, and this is why you're doing that, and if your website had this on there, this would help. And it was really, really useful, that first session, which was great as a first experience, finding somebody who was the right person for me at the time. But great experience all around with yourselves. For me, basically back of house, so anything in front of the computer is my job, essentially. I'm still food as well, but the computer is what I have to do. And so, like I said, it's a steep learning curve. Having these sessions has been great, and with different mentors as well, because they all have a slightly different, I know they're all different sessions I'm booking, but they've all got a different outlook on it and a different take on how things need to be. And I like the fact that I've got fresh eyes looking at what I'm doing. And then obviously it's different people, different personalities, different chemistry on the sessions. So that's very helpful. I had a social media one recently. I think it was with Helen, and she was great. Really good chemistry. It's really fun session, loads of good advice, which has been brilliant. I mean, I write notes as I go through these sessions, so I've got all my checklist, my to-do list to go through, which is really helpful. So obviously we've had COVID in between all of this, which was a struggle for everyone. So it meant, as a sort of a wedding and events business, running some supper clubs and things like that, we had to completely change our direction. So during the COVID years, we offered fine dining meal kits, afternoon teas, picnics and that sort of thing, which was great. Using the tools that I've learned from you guys, I was able to reinforce the marketing that I was trying to do. I was able to sort of get the message out there, and actually we saw, for the sort of 2 years or so of COVID, we actually saw growth in the business, which was something we weren't expecting at all. And then obviously the transition out of COVID back to normality, back to what we were doing, we've shifted focus obviously again, and concentrating more on weddings and large events. We're seeing growth again still in the business. Even now, I haven't quite finished my accounts for this year yet, but even now we're looking like we're surpassing the turnover from last year. So in amongst all of this financial struggle, it's kind of good to know that I'm learning. I'm learning things well, and it is paying off for the business. I do feel I'm more confident in what I'm doing now. I have a better idea of what I should be doing, what generally works for us as a business. I'm proud of what I've achieved, really. I don't know many chefs who run the business, themselves. We are quite proud of what we've managed to achieve with the support of you guys, and it is great. So what I have now, that I didn't have before, is I actually have a toolbox with tools in it, rather than this empty toolbox just looking at me with cobwebs. So I have got skills now, which is something I didn't have before. Certainly a whole new skill set that I didn't learn when I was working in the industry. Like I said before, it is not something that they teach you. In a corporate company, you have a marketing department that deal with it. You have an accounts department that deal with that. You have HR. You have, finance. Everybody else has their own role. Mine was to cook. And that's what I was doing. now I have a toolbox with my HR, with my finance, with my marketing, with my web design, and yeah, I've got a very good toolbox. Thank you.